I didn't go, oh, I'm going to wait till y'all get in here. I'm going to try to hold this in, but it's going to be a rant. I'm out here walking around pacing in the parking lot of the truck. He's finally asleep. Lord Jesus, thank you, God. Please let some people load up in here. Because I have thoughts. I have thoughts. I have questions. I have statements. As you can see the title, you will be able to tell. I just saw the corrected version, but I don't want to get into this until y'all get in here. Miss Lisa, how you doing, baby? I ain't seen you in a minute. Oh my God, Lisa, I am 38 hot. Ooh, and I'm on the road right now. I can go to motherfucking Tennessee, and this live probably won't even be able to be monetized because the words that are going to be coming out my. Hey Cherokee girl, hey Smiley, hey April. What did it take out of April's message? April, I fixed your message. Ignore Streambots. It's being a pain, and I'm not in the mood for it tonight. I can tell you that right now. What is up, Sassy? What is up, Jane? Jean, sorry. Jesus, I can't read. Y'all. Common Sense True Crime has a great video. It just was posted about 10 minutes ago. I think it came from the live stream that Jody Sue did with Griff. Don't know. Don't really give two fucks right now. I am so pissed. This is a message from me directly to your inept ass, okay, who tries to use all these phrases and words and sound like you're talking in code and covertness and that you're so smart because cold slaw was a side dish and you're saying she was the side piece. Well, apparently, your man changed the game, boo-boo, because the side piece is now the wifey, and you ain't shit, and you're 38 hot, and you let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash, and now you backpedaling and want to call people stupid. That's what's got me pissed, and I said it's stupid. Jesus H. Woo! I want, Jody, you're invited. If I could drop a link right now and bring you up, I would, and tell you about yourself. For you to say that this is her words, as close to verbatim as I can recall them, because I'm so fucking mad. I'm seeing red like a bull in a bullfight, and somebody's a matador waving a red flag right now. First of all, if you gave two shits about summer, your ass would be plastering posters up all over fucking Beach Creek and anywhere else you can get in your little camper and put them out there. And I'm not making fun of you for having a camper, boo-boo, because that's my dream in the end, is to have me an RV to ride around and help other people, not myself. But that being said, and I'm sorry I'm missing y'all's comments, but I got to get this out. For you to get up on YouTube and say what you just said, woo, you got some balls, girl, some big kahunas. For you to sit here and say that's your problem because that's your perception, and then you want to get up and talk about it on the YouTubes, is not talking about yourself, but all the other YouTubers. First of all, Jody Sue, none of us were Summer's neighbors. None of us knew or even had a suspicion for even 1 hour, 1 minute before we heard that Summer was missing, that she was being abused, neglected, or harmed in any way. Okay? So just like everybody else, your ass says you saw her every day and you heard her every day. Right? That's your words, not mine. I didn't hold a gun to your head, Jody, and I didn't make you go and record about 200 videos over the past year talking in riddles with sounding like you got a big wad of cotton and shit in your mouth, or, you know, nodding off and snoring mid-sentence and waking the fuck back up to talk some more. But to say that people are stupid and ignorant, and I'm paraphrasing, that wasn't the words, but that was the implication of your words. And that it's their perception because they missed the word potentially. Jody Sue, you made accusations. Straight like that. You made accusations. You made accusations. You did. You came out with a story. And according to you, law enforcement's already aware. And don't worry, the news media is watching you and law enforcement's watching you. And Andy, if you can hear my voice, within 10 days, you should be taking some action, or else you're going to look like the story she's telling has some merit. Now, I've thought about this a lot, Jody. According to you, Andy sold Mary Jane. Ain't no child getting knocked out with no Mary Jane. But of the couple, of the two of y'all, I haven't seen Andy sitting up on a live stream falling asleep mid-sentence. But I have you. Since we want to talk some shit, let's talk some shit. Because I think you're a disgusting piece of shit and a real piece of work. For a year, you never mentioned anything. No potentially, no possibility, no smoke signal in the air, nothing about this type shit occurring. Until Andy gets up on somebody's YouTube panel and says he's starting his own channel. And you know that he's going to take some of your shine, some of your fame and glory, and some of your money. And he going to spend it on coleslaw. He going to get her nails done with a little bling bling that you can't afford no more. And whatever, if people help him get a place to live, coleslaw going to be living there with him. How you feeling about that, Miss Jody? Because it's you who I'm talking to. How you going to come out your mouth and talk shit and say, oh, but you want to get up here and talk about it after it was said potentially, and you talking about being in your feelings. Yep, I am in my feelings. I am. Over a 5-year-old little girl. She's 6 now, I understand that. But we can't celebrate her until she's found. And Jody, what really bothers me, and I believe you guys will be able to go, I think it's the clip that I posted just a few minutes ago on the community page. I believe it's either When Evil Entered or Evil Exists. It's a very short clip. She said how she found a shoe and she knew it was potentially another little girl that was being abused and going to be another little girl killed by their abuser. Jody Sue, the police ain't said Summer's dead. What the fuck do you know that you're not telling? What else have you held on to as possible blackmail to get your man back? That's how I see it. And a spade's a spade, and I call it like I see it. What's up, Katie Kitty, Wee Scottish Mall? Let me see. I know, right? Oh, hey, Dolores Hayes. I'm trying to fix your comment. Okay. Just ignore Streambot, y'all. I cannot override it from this cell phone live. I'm going straight through YouTube, but I can't use the streaming platform. I'm so mad. Like, I'm literally shaking. Jody, I never met Summer before she went missing. And this trip right now is my 4th trip in the 1 year that this little girl's been missing, that I have hit places that anybody going out or in, anybody traveling would hopefully run into somebody transporting Summer. And hanging posters with her picture and talking to people about her. Whether I record conversations, all of them, or whether the person's on camera or not. I've showed the road signs in real time where I'm at. I've actually showed me in the places putting the flyers out. But Jody, what have you done for Summer? What have you done? So when you're sitting at your table, smoking cigarette after cigarette, because I smoke like a freight train too, boo, and I am not putting you down for it. But when you're doing that, you're right there. You're right there. Even though you still ain't paid your fines and stuff for court and your probation violations and all that, somehow they still let your ass drive around. And we Scottish Mall, I'm not saying that she wasn't. At all. At all. What I am saying is, why the hell you on YouTube an average of 7.5 hours a day every day since Summer went missing, but it took you over a fucking year to tell that? Why? Because you're bitter and angry? Right on, Lisa. Yeah, let's answer those questions, Jody. Let's answer those. How about this? Better yet, Jody, what kind of drugs are you alleging that Andy was selling? That's what I want to know. Tell us what kind. Because methamphetamines, crack cocaine, and cocaine, that's what I've heard before, and marijuana. None of those will sedate an adult or a child. Not enough for you to do things with them and them not know it. And what really freaks me out, you guys, there's whispering allegations, okay? And those whispers are, she sure did, Smiley. She sure did, and so did the boys, if you look. So did Dawn and Candace. I've said this before. Look at the 18 to 24 months period prior to Summer going missing. You will see a steady decline day after day after day, like a movie in the pictures of all of them. All of them. I don't think Loratab has ibuprofen in it, though. And I honestly don't think it's Loratab. Y'all remember, they call the video the Sermon on the Mount. One of the very first interviews that Dawn and Candace did. Also remember that Candace had to take her lie detector test per the police, and her, and Dawn, and others, multiple times. Now, I think so too, Lisa. Me and Lisa's on the same page with that. What's up, killer? I hope you had a good birthday. I'm so pissed off right now. Like, whew. Jody, you would bring the country gangster right back out of the bitch, for real. I meant what I said, by the way. I was in North Memphis. They don't like you. They don't like you in North Memphis. They think you and Candace and Dawn and your old man and possibly a few other people, with the help of law enforcement, had some kind of little special parties going on up there at the Wells residence. That's really what I got told, if you want to know the truth. And they did not at all like her in North Memphis. Real talk. When I posted that, see, Young Dolphy from North Memphis, that's what that was about. Jody Sue, don't play with me, honey. Play with your bitch, because I'm not that one. At all. At all. Like, you might want to pull my card and check my resume before you start with me. I'm just going to let you know up front. I've survived more shit with my pinky toe than you'll ever know. You welcome, killer. You fam, for real. You don't like who, killer? If it's who I think. Yes, it will. It will, Eden. Because how do I say this? When I had to have oral surgery and have my wisdom teeth extracted. And then I had another oral surgery where I had 6 teeth cut out at the same time. Both of those times they give you like a Valium to take before you go in. And just ignore Streamlabs, bro. I can't do nothing. I'm on my cell phone. Yeah, I'm with you, killer. I'm with you. I am with you. Yes, I understand exactly. Exactly, Smiley. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, but they wouldn't be. He wouldn't be selling. What I'm saying is that the METH would not be being sold to knock somebody out. Now, here's what I was going to say about the whispers. This was going around about a week where Jody Sue came out with this. Some of you guys may have heard it. Some of y'all may not. I didn't address it on this channel because to me it's rumors and innuendo, you know. But what I will say is, you are right, Smiley. The libido and stimulation is increased, as I understand, from the use of that particular drug. Now, right, that's what I'm getting at there with that. But this is why I wonder about Jody Sue's story. About a week before she came out with this story, there was rumor and innuendo floating around all over YouTube, at least whispers, I should say. And those whispers were, hey, Miss Karen, welcome. Those whispers were that Summer had a little friend that went home and told her parents that someone who was a minor was inappropriately touching her. Okay? So I think that could be where the Summer's friend part came in, and the Utah trip and stuff that came out her mouth. And then she just added the other end. Because personally, in my opinion, it's been very obvious and blatant on several occasions that benzos were being used by one or both of Summer's parents. Alcohol by itself is not going to do that. And Miss Jody, I recall in some of her Facebook live streams, telling us how that was one of her medications. Now, I got a question, and this is something that's really, 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 really hard to speak on, but you sure can, Dolores. One of the things for me that's really kind of hard to speak on, but I feel like I've kind of got to address it with what's been said and everything else. You know how they say certain things is a family tradition? It seems like there's family traditions going around between buddies on that hill and in that area. Oh, I'm just walking around the parking lot out here. He's in the truck sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. And they were shooting off fireworks. And it's not miserably hot out here right now. So we're parked in reserve parking for his company at the truck stop. So it's not that far from the building. It's open 24 hours, you know. No, I don't, because Jody Sue don't have the money for a pot to piss in. Otherwise, she wouldn't be where she's at. She also didn't want to leave. All I got to say is, you guys remember the pictures from Allie's house of all those little children and the liquor bottles and the men. All the kids sitting in a line on the couch, okay? And then, remember the same pictures, by the way, those pictures of those kids sitting on the couch, they didn't come from Allie's Facebook, just so you guys know. Those didn't come from Allie's Facebook or H's or his sister's. Those came from Butch Vogel's Facebook page. That's right. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. I don't know if Boogie's in that picture. I never knew him at that point. I still have the pictures. But listen to what I'm telling y'all, because I'm really dropping some important shit. This is important. It's not palatable. It's not something I want to think about or talk about. But it kind of does give credence to what fucking mayor of Beach Creek wannabe had to say. Because who is Butch Vogel to these people? And why does he have pictures of all those kids, including Allison's? Maybe Andrew or Allison one can answer that question. Who is Jose Barone? And also, Butch Vogel is the one that had the picture of the little girl sitting in the cabinet talking about that the little girl laying on the steps, the little girl laying in bed, you know, the man grabbing his crotch, talking about they had fun in the beds together last night. And the kids with NG tubes in and what looks like hospital gowns, and another one throwing up in a bucket. All that came from Butch Vogel, okay? What is up, Miss Margaret? Well, Killer, I'm tired of holding back. I've heard too much on the road, and I've seen too much. You know, it has, Dolores. I can't get it out. It is disgusting. Yeah. You damn right, Killer, she's in it too. Oh. What's up, Pearl Harbor? Welcome. Y'all, no. Eden, listen to the name that I said. I said, who is Jose Barone? Remember, in the last live, I told you guys, there is a house that's nearly $2 million in value. Just the house, not the land, just the house. On Simpson Road. The man who owned it, I'm not saying the last name, his name was Senior. He also had a brother. As soon as I get home, I will pull it up and show you the obituary for both. The brother has a son-in-law whose name is Jose Barone. I may be pronouncing it incorrect. Not the Jose from New York, but it is a Jose that Frank Hill would know. It is a Jose that could have been up on Beach Creek and been Hill. Margaret, the one who said ages ago. Nope, I've not heard anything other than since I started. I'm the only person I've heard talking about this house. JLR did the interview walking through the woods with that boy. The guy said there's a house up there that's a mansion, and pointed up Simpson Road. They come in on the backside of it. He wasn't scared to be walking nowhere. And even hunting ginseng, which can get you killed and shot on somebody else's. He wasn't scared of none of that shit till they got on the backside of the mansion property. Okay? Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. He was spooked. When they got to that part, there was the backside of the mansion property, and he realized where he was at, and he saw those little concrete benches in that circle, in that clearing, out in the middle of nowhere in the fucking bushes and the weeds. Where they do that at, by the way? The fire pit. Exactly, Lisa. At that point, no, that is not the spelling, Katie. Barone. I'll have to look it up. I can't look anything up on the live on this phone. His last name ain't important because it's not going to lead you anywhere. Brandon knows exactly what's up, and he was trying his best to tell it. See, Eden, you going left to center. Stay on course with me. Don't try to go right or left. Just listen. Listen very closely. What you're missing is there is a house on Beach Creek where you can own 12 acres of land and it's not worth more than $43,000 with your house on it. Don't believe me? Look up the value of 110 Ben Hill Road. It's around $42,500. And it's 11.2 acres with the house and the outbuildings. Less than what's equal to 3 city blocks away is a house that the house itself, no land included, just the house, is valued at almost $2 million. The land is valued at over $100,000 by itself because of the amount of acreage. How many times have y'all heard the last name of the people that own that property? Can y'all even tell me who it is? I bet you he does, Lisa. I bet you he does. I don't know who John is. But that was, if you're talking about Don, it was in Utah. Exactly, killer. 40 grand. You get what I'm saying, though? Look at the disparage. Land property values, when you break it down per acre, should be the same within the distance those are from each other. By the way, y'all heard Jody Sue refer to Jerry? Because guess what? Guess what the senior that passed away's first name is, and his son, the junior. Guess what their first name is, y'all? Gerald, aka Jerry, possibly. And I don't know if y'all saw JLR's video today. Look, I mean, I don't agree with some of his past and him being involved in the case, but what he posted from Florida, in 91, he wasn't supposed to know Candace yet. And he shouldn't have still been with Pam. So who were the 2 minor children in the house? And who was the lady? And obviously that was him, because on the paperwork he had, Don's picture, mugshot, was on that paperwork. I got to get home so I can do my research. I want to be able to access it and see it myself. By the way, just FYI, I'm waiting to see what Matt, and I forget his last name, finds out when he goes to Kingsport, Sullivan County, about that marriage license. Because I've long suspected, because of the date of 2022, that it's a possibility that that marriage license was filled out and never filed. Everybody can sign it and it can look official, but I didn't see the notary stamp. Now, I'm not saying it's not there. I just didn't see it. What's up, Scuba Diva? Got you. Yeah, that lady, that's right, killer, I know. I saw that, Pearl. Lisa, I didn't understand why the law went looking around there. Pam and Don were married up until when, Dolores? But they were living separately. At least as far as I can tell, I have not been able to find an address for her in Florida. I have in several other states that Dawn lived in, which kind of makes you wonder, you know, is who the one Doug had a video of. That's right, Dolores, that's what I think. Because I did not see the official seal that has to be on there. When the courthouse receives it, you're going to see a seal and a file and date and docket number. You know, like when you file a will, when you file any paperwork at the courthouse, like a notary seal. Yeah, that mansion is big money to build it and to have had it and to have kept it there. I'm not, and it's actually a Beach Creek address. But see, the way the property is made, it actually touches Beach Creek, Ben Hill, and Simpson. You just have to go look at the property lines. Yeah, I don't think it was either, Sassy. Yeah, exactly, Dolores. Yep, exactly. Matt Gilbert, thank you, Katie. Because I want to see if he can find it. Somebody sent that copy to Gavel Geeks, is my understanding. Katie, I saw like the rubber stamp seal. I didn't see the crimp seal. I don't know if y'all understand what I mean, but when you, maybe in Tennessee it's different than any other state I've ever been in. But when you get what is an official copy of a birth certificate, a marriage license, a death certificate, it doesn't just have the black ink seal. It has a crimped seal. If you go take a birth certificate that doesn't have that crimped seal and try to use it to get a job, they're not going to take it. Yeah, embossed. Thank you, Lisa. I couldn't think of that word. It didn't have the embossed raised seal. I have that copy. It was sent to me in an email at the same time. Mine said it was from Anonymous, and they used Proton email to send it. Yeah, I don't have my Social Security card because my ex took it, and we don't have the nearest Social Security office since the fungulitis and all that happened. That we have to us is in Asheville, and you have to make an appointment and get there. And with me not driving, I haven't been able to get one. So I went to the courthouse and got an official birth certificate to use along with my driver's license, you know, picture ID. And that official birth certificate has the ink seal, but it also has that raw raised embossed, you know. Nope, nobody's found her birth certificate yet. Yep, Jerry, Katie. Utah, we Scottish Ma. It is, Lisa. It's like an act of freaking Congress. And he took it on purpose. He took my ID and all that. One, to try to keep me from being able to leave, and two, to keep me from being able to support myself. There's another Jerry with a different last name, a Jerry that Jody Sue keeps referencing. I've wondered about that, Eden, but apparently, according to everyone, Summer was a C-section. You can't do that in a home birth. You do what, Miss Katie? I'm sorry, baby. I know which one you're talking about, Katie, on that thing. You can? In North Carolina, Amalou? I'm gonna find out. I'll find out Tuesday. Monday they'll be closed. Shit. Yes, you are correct, Lisa. As I said, in the year that Summer went missing in 2021, Dawn's sister Sonia and her husband Court purchased over $1 million in property. I don't know, Katie, but I got the marriage license they posted. I have a screenshot from theirs, a screenshot from Don B, who got the same one. We all. That's what y'all don't understand. That a lot of y'all are like failing to comprehend, I guess. Don asked Tim Mullins to get him a copy of that marriage license. A week later, 5 YouTubers, including myself, received an email anonymously with that marriage license in there. She said she'd been in Paris, Eden, but who knows? I mean, I haven't seen her passport, so I don't know. I need documentation for these people. If they would tell me the sky is blue, I got to come check it. I need proof. Yeah, I asked that. I've asked that. I brought it up, Smiley. And her name is spelled really different, too. Well, Emma, thank you, Emma. I hope I'm saying your name right, Amilalou, because, baby girl, I am on Tuesday. Well, Eden, here's my question for you. While everybody's worried about the cops need to do this and the cops need to do that, when are they going to pick up Jody and Andy? When is Jody Sue going to get questioned? Yes, it said Sullivan County, Kingsport on the marriage license. But I have not been able to access it by going to the records department. Like I can pull up anybody else's. Anybody found Summer's birth certificate? What's up, Rendezvous? Yeah, I know. Thank you. It is unusual. There's a lot unusual. Like, do y'all know that in 2014 that Hawkins County was almost taken over by the state of Tennessee because they couldn't reconcile their budget? And they're in danger of doing it again this year? Yeah, I don't know for sure, Katie, because Jody Sue didn't bring that Jerry up. Doug did. Jody Sue, in several of her videos, talks about a Jerry. Well, there is 2 Jerrys, Jerry Sr. and Jerry Jr. I heard that, Sue. I don't know what you had to do yourself, but bless your heart. Yes, I agree with that, Eden. And it may be, Miss Katie, I don't know. That's, Lisa, that's what I'm getting to, too, you know, on the uppers. So, thank you, Smiley. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, God. Okay, good deal, Emily. Thank you, babe. Yeah, it sure will, too, and I'm afraid that's what it's going to be coming to. But here's my question. So just so everybody knows, I'm going to tell y'all a couple things that came out in the news today in articles I found. One is there's a nationwide article, it made the AP Wire, about Ronnie Lawson in Hawkins County's Sheriff's Department and their severe understaffing. Now, before it broke that, I brought it to y'all. I know it was boring to watch, but we even watched the guy get up and say that he had moved back home with his parents, he was giving up his health insurance, and he still was not making enough to support himself and was going to have to go work somewhere else. What I want to know is, yep, I'll address that too, True Crime, just give me a second. What I want to know is, why can the city of Rogersville take these officers and pay them $5 or better an hour more than what Ronnie's paying them? Yeah, Don B said he saw her at a stoplight in Kingsport. So here's something else I was going to address. And I'll get to true crime and other stuff. And Dolores, I'm going to tell y'all who the Snodgrass is. And anybody that's in the chat that knows, you can choose to speak up and co-sign or not. Either way, I won't be mad at you. Okay? The deadline for the reward money is done, been, gone, and past, honey. It's going to court. Nope. Eden, I disagree. Because the Andy Griffith Show at least had law and order, and Andy wasn't going to let nobody hurt nobody. I don't think they care. It's like the Wild Wild West in Beach Creek. They just call the police to clean up the mess. Okay, now I wanted to answer a couple of things y'all ask. So just give me a second. Smiley, first of all, the other sister. I brought up Heidi. Everybody jumped down my throat. That Tate is her married name. She was Wells. Okay, I'm not a fucking dumbass. Their last name is Wells. I would assume that Tate is her married name. The only Heidi Tate that I've been able to find is now Heidi Tate Lawson that lives in Washington. But I've looked at her pictures. I've seen her mom and her dad and her whole family. And she's not related to Don and his family, though she is from Utah. Yeah, Boss Hog, I agree. Oh, yeah, Eden, y'all just keep paying attention. I got more for you. Now, y'all asking me about Candace. So, it was Billy Snodgrass. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Miss Billy Snodgrass, I'd love to know if your boyfriend worked in any type of construction with a couple that might have called and left a message for Benny Keys. But anyway, or if you maybe early on texted Ziggy about a CPS case, because guess what? Your eyes are bugging now. You better sit the hell down and grab a hold of something. Rendezvous used to be when you were a state employee in North Carolina, your insurance was free for yourself and you had to pay for your family. So if your grandfathered in before they changed it, and I don't know how Tennessee is, I can't speak on that. If your grandfathered in before they change it, then your health insurance for you as the person is free. Now, you as a person pay, like where I would be working at Walmart, and my health insurance would end up costing me $66 per week at Walmart. At that same insurance, working for the state of North Carolina, would cost me probably about $46, $48 a month. So it's greatly decreased what they take out, okay? Now, yeah, Lisa, the call and the messages to Ziggy, who all came because somebody said they worked for CPS, okay? A lot of this is weird. I just need y'all to stay with me just a minute. Oh, honey, there's more than that stimulus money, Katie. What about the $11 million that Hawkins County received in the fungalitis relief that they just got? Or better yet, what about the $36 million that they were getting their cut of that was received in the class action lawsuit and the opiate lawsuit against the pharmaceutical companies? What about that money, Ronnie? Where did it go? Okay. Exactly, Lisa. Exactly. They're left with the ones that can't get a job nowhere else. Now, I need y'all to follow me for a second, because this is important right here. If you don't hear nothing else I got to say, that's exactly right, Dolores. I've been saying it. I've been saying since the beginning, and people don't listen to me. Two things that I've stuck to and I'm going to continue to stick to. Drugs are involved and a direct link to why Summer is missing. And if we follow the money and the dope, we'll figure out what happened. That's my personal opinion. Now, no, Katie, Billy is Wild Bill. You guys remember the BLM Y'all getting me off track of what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you who Billy is. Billy is a woman, by the way. Billy Snodgrass, the one that emailed Don B. And that commented that he read that said that Candace was looking good and staying with friends and she was getting her life together and trying to get her kids back from CPS. Well, guess what? Billy Snodgrass works for CPS. Let me say that again. Billy Snodgrass works for CPS. Okay? Now, I'm not done. Not done. Now, Wild Bill, you guys remember the Black Lives Matter video that I was showing y'all in that live stream? You might want to go back and look at it. There was a couple guys that was talking. Remember the first guy with the black hair and the black that had the POW symbol on his black leather vest? That's Wild Bill, y'all. Why you think I showed y'all something? I always got a purpose in what I do. Just because I don't put it out there and spoon feed it to somebody doesn't mean I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yep, she's solved. You got that right. No, I didn't understand that, Smiley. What the fuck? No. Say it again. Please tell me that I'm not understanding. So she was one of the people in the car. I ain't saying nothing else about it. I'm just saying yes or no to that. Yes, car. It's all you need to say. Yeah, where is that from the 2019 budget? What's up, Libby? Yeah, that video, there was a reason I showed it to you guys. Because I want you to understand the sentiment and the thought process behind everybody that runs around in that little Ben Hill clique and gang with Dawn and Candace and Jody and Andy and Fred and whoever else is involved in it and Frank and all them. Okay? Yes, she is. Emilu. Damn. Smiley. Eden, I'll say whatever I want. This, you know what? I'm not a 5-year-old child that they can dope up and control. Now let me ask y'all something. Let's go back to something. Let's think for just a minute about something. Remember this, okay? I need y'all to stay with me really hard and follow. Remember I was talking about that it didn't just come from JSB. This whisper's been around for a minute in the YouTube lands. Mainly creator to creator. And because there was minors involved in the conversation, a lot of us didn't want to touch it. I'm not going to call no names, okay? I just need y'all to hear me and see if y'all connect these dots the way I have. So, Don takes off and goes to Utah with the oldest boy. Because allegedly, something happened with one of Summer's friends making an allegation. People come down from New York on a weird trip right after that. Then, a few months later, Summer goes missing. In the meantime, those parents, they don't call law enforcement to report it. Katie, check after we get off the live stream. Wait about 30 minutes. Check the community tabs page, and I will put the live stream up and say this is the one with Wild Bill. It's the one where I showed the Black Lives Matter protest and rally downtown Rogersville, and they were interviewing vets. And Wild Bill was the first one they talked to. He's got a black leather vest on, a hat, black sunglasses, kind of a mullet, black hair, black mustache. Oh, Cassie, I don't think I'm a genius. I just got common sense. But think about it. Why did the parents look? If you touch my kid and I'm not participating, and I think there's even a possibility, I'm not just calling CPS and letting you leave, because not only did the oldest son leave and go to fucking Utah and supposedly wasn't coming back, but guess who else left? Daddy Don, y'all. Think about it. Let's let that marinate for a second. The minor child's being blamed. Yep, part of the bikers, Karen. But listen to what I'm saying. Okay? Yes, they are the neighbors, but listen to me. Y'all breathe for 1 second and let this sink in. Don left to go to Utah telling people he was getting a job and going to move his family back there. That's what he said when he left. That's what he said when he left. You damn right, Smiley, something's up. It is intergenerational. Yeah, he took the oldest boy with him so that, whatever, maybe that was just cover and maybe there was other deals being made. But what I'm saying is Summer's friends are the same age as the females, the 7 females that have already come out and said they were touched. You damn right, Cassie. So what better way to keep them from calling the cops on him than to say he's leaving and he's not coming back? Which would also make sense if the parents reported the incident to CPS but not the police and said that we're okay because it won't happen again, we're not going there, and there won't be any other victims because he's left and he's not coming back. He's Utah's problem now. Yes, he does. And that's my point. Exactly, Dolores. Exactly. Maybe it was daddy and not son. Now, if Jody Sue's story is true, what that means is that they didn't have a precise way to measure out dosage. BB Diamond, obviously you're not listening to what I'm saying to you. Who told us that story, that it was because of the son? Let's answer that question. We were told that by the liars of Liarville. What else are they going to... You think, if you're saying a minor child did something, the chances of somebody going to prison or jail are 0. They're 0. But if you say that this person's doing it, I mean, think about it. Now, I wasn't going to say the name that was said by someone in the chat, but y'all should all seen it. What if those parents didn't call the police and just went to CPS or told their church people that told CPS or whatever? Because when Don came back like he wasn't supposed to do, they took out that Ben Hill vengeance that everybody's so famous for. They handled it themselves. They handled it themselves. That's right. Thank you, Lisa. Because Candace said she caught him in their house with another girl. Sure does. Sure does, Cassie explained. It was looking like she was asleep standing up. Yeah, I got you, BB Diamond. I didn't mean it that way. I'm just like, I'm trying to be clear, and I'm hoping that y'all understand, because it's like I've had all these puzzle pieces. Like I've had a puzzle that's 5,000 pieces. And I feel like the whole outer edge and the next inside are filled in. And I'm about to the point where I can start putting all the pieces together. Oh, thank you, Denise, for being a member. It is breaking up. Signals in and out. You guys, I'm still on the road. I'm walking around to the truck. on my cell phone data, which I'm about to run out of and going to have to get some more. Yep, there sure are, Dolores. And it's very sad. But can I ask y'all a question too? How does Jody Sue gonna say another child be deceased, murdered, or killed by their abuser? Who was that, Jody Sue? Who was the other child? Okay, so, I mean, anybody that has any thoughts or ideas, I'm open to them. I'm open to them. The IV photos, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Butch Vogel, who was connected to Allie. I mean, how does he have pictures of her children and other children sitting on Allie's couch together in the living room on his Facebook? Or he did have. He scrubbed it now, but I screen recorded that shit long time ago. Which what, Miss Karen? What you want me to say again? Yeah, exactly, we Scottish Ball. That's the best way I've seen that put ever. It's a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle, and we got 1,000 pieces to figure out where they work. It makes me sick, too, you guys. I sure do, Smiley, and they gave a bullshit explanation. Yeah, oh, okay. So, and I'll link this in the community tab section since I can't show y'all the video. It was one that was did recently by Common Sense True Crime. You can see what Jody Sue had to say to explain her way out of this situation, or you can rewind to the beginning of this video where I spent the first 20 minutes telling this. But yes, Smiley knows her shit. She sure does. She sure does. That's why people came for her in the beginning. And that's my people. That's my fam. That's, I will have her back. Just like I spent hours, probably 14 hours on the phone, making sure that our sunshines that were left stranded in Winston-Salem by Greyhound were taken care of. Don't believe me? When Mama T can come on here, I'll let her tell you. She did get interviewed by the news media because I had them there. They made it this morning. I had to call News Tips in all the way to Charlotte. And then they made their reporter go and talk to her. And it's going to be on the news in Winston-Salem. As well as they are investigating what occurred in Raleigh the day before, Winston the week before, and Charlotte 3 days in a row. Unfortunately, Lisa, it's been there on the evil. Yep. Denise, if you look back to late September, early October, I went over Don's alias. He was actually charged under his alias, the John Wesley Miller, whatever. And Don Wells was put down as his alias. By the way, I love Matt Gilbert, love his channel, but I need to correct him on something. Mary said that Summer's father, Don, and Summer's half-brother, Don, both, and on their birth certificates, it does not say junior and senior. They both use junior and senior interchangeably. There is no third. And the best place to do is the courthouse and ask them. If it doesn't say junior, senior, or third on your birth certificate, it's not your damn name. And it's not supposed to be on any legal document. It can cause that document to be not worth the paper it's written on. I see you, BB Diamond. Butch Vogel. You'll have to go back to a lot of my earlier live streams where I brought out his page. He's from New York. He's friends with Andrew Hiltz and them. He's very nasty. Very just, ugh. Oh, God, Katie, I lost signal twice just now, too. Yes, absolutely, Dolores. I think that's the whole goal of it, is confusion. Just like, if you look at the way that Candace and Grandis were dressing, as far as we seeing them, not in the past pictures when Candace had long hair, but in the way that they were dressing, it's the word I believe is like androgynous. If you saw them just passing by and didn't know who the heck they were, you might have to do a double take to figure out if they were a male or female. And if you tried to do something and not be seen, and let me ask you a question, or maybe we should ask Ronnie Lawson this question, okay? Um, what's up, Bassett girl? I'm still on the road. Um, right. But here's a question. And I just totally forgot what I was about to ask because I was reading y'all's chat. Damn it. I'm still mad. Like, Jody Sue keeps trying to say that she cared about Summer, and she still cares about Summer. And I call bullshit. She's the worst kind of person. The worst kind of person ever. What mother, Cassie? Oh, yes, got you. Thank you. The way they dress would make it difficult to identify. Like if you saw somebody say do a drug deal and they give a description, she don't look like a female. They'll think maybe she was a boy. And I think that might have been part of it. And part of it, might have been so she wasn't found attractive. Absolutely sassy. And the part with Lawson is, here's a question I had, and it wasn't about Candace. It was about Jody Sue and Andy. You guys remember those criminal charges in that criminal record I pulled up? Maintaining a dwelling and all that. Well, they lived on Ben Hill for 20-some years together, okay? So let me ask y'all this question. That's in Hawkins County, okay? Because Sullivan and Hawkins and Washington, when you go over through there, you go back and forth kind of in between them, the way it's laid out. So why was it Sullivan County that charged Jody Sue and Andy with all of those charges? The ones that they ended up plea bargaining and get lesser charges. Why was it Sullivan County Police that charged them? Because maintaining a dwelling means that you selling the shit out your house. That house is in Hawkins County. Why was Ronnie Lawson and Hawkins County not charging Jody Sue and Andy? Why was it Sullivan County? Katie, I reported that months ago. That's when Mountain Girl got mad at me and went off the air. I called, that was a church group. They do summer football, soccer, and other camps. Very nice neighborhood. It's a neighborhood that has their own church with a big recreation center. They have tennis courts and everything. It's, when I worked in Charlotte and did security, it reminds me of the neighborhood that Cam Newton, the quarterback for the Panthers, lived in. It is in Louisiana, and I'm not going to say a whole lot more about it. I called the church. They told me another YouTuber called them, kind of accusatory and arguing and telling that they knew and that they had these pictures in the video and blah, blah, blah. Long story short, the woman explained to me that was a camp and that basically they're a very upper class neighborhood. And as tax write-off and charity purposes, they donate. And for each of the camps in the communities surrounding them, what they consider the less fortunate or the children that wouldn't have a chance to go to those camps without subsidy, and they offer them a scholarship to the camp. That little girl was one of the children they offered a scholarship. If that was Summer and they were trying to track her, I'm going to say it like I said it since the beginning, they're not going to have a little girl that looks just like her. It's not going to happen. And it wasn't a wig, it was real hair. I mean, there's a whole bunch. I went through it back then. Yes, it was. It was a huge church retreat camp. And yes, Cassie Roku, I know everything you're saying. I also talk, that's what I'm saying. I talked to those people, and she was one of the people on the bus that they offered a scholarship to. And the church is in Louisiana. I'm not going to put the name out. The director that I spoke to was very nice, very cordial, and very forthcoming with the information. Katie, you're correct. What I was told by the director of the church is because there was other children there and around that they asked. No, Eden, no. Jesus Christ. No, Eden, none of that was said. No, Mountain Girl did not find her. Multiple people had posted about her before that. Mountain Girl brought it up 3 months later, after it was proven to be false, and said she didn't believe the accusations. So I called the church, I talked to the people, and I put the information they gave me out there. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I mean, this is something that was like right around Summer's vigil time that it was taken care of. It was before Christmas, and before Thanksgiving. It was sometime between October 10th and November 17th. Yes, they do, Katie. And what the lady explained to me was that the mother, absolutely more distractions, Lisa. The mother, I know exactly who y'all are talking about. That was the girl, her shoes, she had blonde hair. She looked like she was wearing pajamas and was half asleep. Her shoes looked too big for her. And she's walking through what was called a food court mall. I know, Katie, that's what I'm saying. It was all a hoax and a scam. What happened was there wasn't supposed to be anybody but the church people taking videos and pictures because there were multiple minor children there because of the camp. The person, and I believe it was the grandmother of the little girl, took video and still pictures. She posted them on her Facebook. Somebody else stole them and told people the Gracie story, and then they told them that it was Summer. They even tried to get money for the pictures. I mean, the lady broke it all the way down, and they were really upset about it because at the end of the day, they are trying to offer less fortunate children something they would never have a chance at. And these scumbags almost cost those children that. Same picture. Yeah. It's the same picture, Katie. It was like the people just stole it. Oh my God. In the middle, I got a phone call coming in. Yeah, Miss Katie, I've done a whole lot of research. I have a total of 7 notebooks full of research, full of reference materials and articles. Just like, this is what I'm going to leave y'all with, by the way. It is fake. That's exactly what I'm saying, Lisa. Both were fake. Anyways, so there's an article, and I'm trying to post it on the community tab wall because that's the only way I have to post it. Oh, wow, Katie. See, she didn't tell me that. She thought it was actually the little girl because she's holding the flyer for their football camp. I try, Miss Q. I try. I just try to do my best to be able to provide factual documentation or to make it clear that it's supposition. What I was going to say is there's an article that came out today on the WJHL website. There's been, in cooperation between Tennessee and Virginia, and I forget the name of the county, but it's right across the Tennessee line into Virginia. There are 38 indictments, or 38 individuals about to be indicted. They've already picked up 20. There's 18 more they have to round up. That's why they've not released the names yet. Okay? And what they're doing, well, all these indictments, well, the picture that comes with it shows methamphetamines, okay? The indictments are all drug charges and drug-related charges. The article specifies everything, and I'll post it on the community tab page so you guys can look at it. There's some other research that I'm doing, but there's been a concurrent investigation that has been ongoing for quite some time into these individuals and their activities. And if you know anything, like, okay, if you know about Bluntville, I found a lot of people who live in the Bluntville area also work in Virginia. It's not uncommon for people in the Kingsport, Bluntville, even Hawkins County areas to be working in Virginia. Oh, well, we love you, Miss Q. Oh, so it was her mama's site. Okay, that makes sense, Katie, as to what the director told me, because what she said was that the pictures and video were taken when everybody was coming in to, I called it a recreation hall. That's not the name of it. When you go to church, they have the fellowship hall. That's the word I was looking for, okay? Right, exactly, Dolores. Back and forth. Exactly. And that was what I was told by the people there. But back to the thing, Katie, that makes sense, because what she said was, I assume she meant Facebook, but she said that the grandmother took the pictures in the video. She wasn't supposed to. They were in the fellowship hall rounding everybody up, making sure everybody had breakfast and something to drink before they put them on the buses and went to the camp. And that the grandmother took the pictures and posted them on social media. And from there, they were taken by other people and sent. Like, I got sent the same thing other YouTubers did. I just couldn't verify it. And there's no way in hell I'm putting out some random minor child with blonde hair that looks about like Summer and saying it is, when I don't know and can't prove it. That, to me, is cruel and unusual punishment. Yes, thank you, Cherokee Girl. She posted the link to the article that I'm talking about in the chat. It's WJHL 38 indicted. Y'all never know. We might see some names that look familiar coming out in that indictment, yo. I'm waiting to get those. I want them to get those last 18 so we can get them names. And y'all do remember, it says indictment. That means, I'm wondering, is that part of why the grand jury met? What other indictments are we going to see coming out? Okay? I absolutely do, Lisa. And his sister has a mansion. Or two. There's also one right there in Simpson Loop. You know, where Mr. Simpson, that was sitting beside Ronnie, that kidnapped the Tate girl, where he lived. Now, so I want to leave y'all with something before I say goodbye. Yes, Katie, he did say all that. Yep, that's the one I'm talking about, Lisa, the mansion in the holler. Um, so here's the next thing I wanted to leave y'all with. The last few days, y'all know I've been carrying Summer's flyers everywhere, talking to people, putting them out, soaking up what people think, how they feel, what they think happened, all that. One thing I noticed on the flyers that I want to bring up, and it's been touched on before, so I'm not the first and I probably won't be the last. But it says that Summer is 5 years old. She weighed, I think, 40 pounds and was 3 feet tall. Now, right, thank you, Jody Sue, piece of shit, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Miss Q, but I think Jody Sue is the biggest walking piece of shit on planet Earth. And I don't mean, to me, she's worse than Andy. Because you heard of Bonnie and Clyde? Well, Jody Sue was Bonnie, and Bonnie was riding with Clyde until Clyde kicked her to the side for coleslaw. She'd still be right the fuck there riding, except Clyde kicked her out the vehicle. And that's the only reason she's talking. That's what makes her slime ball to me. Okay? Now, little man is just turned 4, March the 29th. And according to the doctor, he's a little short for his age. He's not heavy. He's not underweight. He is actually right in the middle of the line where he's supposed to be. I know, Miss Q, baby, I'm agreeing with you, baby. I'm agreeing. That's what I'm saying. I got mad love for that statement. That's why I repeated it. I'm with you. He's a year younger than Summer. He just went to the doctor 3 days ago. Little man is 3 foot 4 inches tall and weighs 48 pounds. Let that sink in for a second. He's 4 years old. He's not high. He's not low. He's in the median. In the lower median. And he's taller than Summer was, according to her parents, at 5 years old. And weighs 18 pounds more than her. A lot of it, you know, some of this stuff that I'm talking to you guys about right now, I never thought of until I went on this trip. I never thought of until locals were giving me their perspective. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shout this out again because, yo, you know who you are at the pilot. The 3 females and the manager dude, yo, y'all rock. Because y'all spat nothing but truth and didn't hold it back. North Memphis, if you get a chance, the North Memphis pilot it's you know, regular people and truckers, it's a truck stop pilot, go in and show some love. Real talk. Because they kept it 100. And I'm sorry, April, about it being a lot. And this ain't even half of what I've heard, you guys. Yeah. She might have been underweight, Dolores. I do agree. And it's like, I went back and looked at the pictures that Candace was posting on all of her Facebook pages. And the times and dates and stuff. I think she had a habit of taking a lot of pictures and holding them. And kind of randomly throwing them in out of order. Because if you go to date and time stamps, there's times that there's 4 to 6 inches difference estimated in Summer's height. Like there's one where she's in the bathing suit where they're at the wooden house, and it's kind of like a 2-piece bathing suit that ties on each side, and she ends up walking across the rocks. Well, where she's standing beside the wooden house, she looks at least, in my personal opinion, 4 to 6 inches taller than she looks in the picture dancing in front of the barrel. It is. It is exactly, Dolores. It's hanging off on the waterfall. Lisa, they did put the wrong picture out in the beginning on purpose, in my opinion. Another distraction. Oh. Oh. Well, Missy Q, I didn't drive. And I want to say this to my biggest fan out there, Miss Pie in the Sky, who likes to so eloquently grace us with flowy words, including poetry and leading us to think that they're a scholar and worldly and that we should follow in their steps. But as being my biggest fan, not, you should know when you're recommending that people start a GoFundMe to help me go to school and get my CDLs, that you probably will first have to help me expunge my driving while license revoked non-impaired charge, because it's not more than 10 years old. And though I can go to school and get my CDLs, it's going to be very hard for me to get hired. That's the problem, because I would greatly doing the job. Exactly, Katie. You know exactly why I said it that way, too. Exactly what you said. Oh, Dolores, you are correct. I think that Pie in the Sky wants us to think she's more intelligent than she is. She sure is, Katie. She tries to act like she's so nice and she so much cares about me. And bitch, I see the sarcasm and that slick shade that you're trying to throw. I called it. We all called it. I just feel like maybe she needs to feel better about herself, so let her have it. But honey, I would drive a semi in a heartbeat and make that money, okay? Lisa and all you got to do is look at the comments section under any video that's been up for more than an hour, and you'll see her commenting. She ain't never made it to a live stream, though. Exactly, Miss Linda. They did. That's what I was getting at. I believe the weight is off. I believe the height is off. They gave us a picture that was off because that, and then the red dress was taken at Christmas. She went missing in June. You got 5 months. 5 months for a child that's just turned 5 in February. It's a freaking lifetime. I know that's right, Macca screams. Right, Dolores. I call her full of shit. Exactly. And I mean, at first they even called, when they called 911, whoever called said that Summer was 4 years old. I don't think they do, Cassie, which makes me wonder, did somebody make her disappear on purpose? And I hope and pray that that's the case. It would be my grandest wishes coming true. I can y'all don't understand, you can get rid of her right now. Anybody that's got a wrench, if you really wanted to get rid of her, you could. No, I don't think she made a 911 call, BB Diamond. Chris McDonough told us in the last live stream that there was one 911 call made. One. And it was made at 6:23 p.m. That's right, Katie. Invite her in. We'll hold the door open, roll out the red carpet. No, That's right, we will not. And Cassie, I've been wondering, is it a hoax? Is this a planned hoax? Was this a way? I mean, is this why law enforcement is cooperating? Are they going to line the coffers of Hawkins County and suddenly there's no more money problems and all the deputies can get paid? I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. I know you will, Katie. She could be sassy. Anybody with that much money and that much power in that county, I don't see Ronnie stopping them. Y'all didn't, again, when JLR and Brandon went on their little tour, they told us some really important things. Brandon told us that if you ain't white, you ain't there at night. Okay, that's one. Two, yes, it is, Lisa. Cornbread Mafia is a real thing. I don't think that's what's in occurrence here, though. I think it's something different, more homegrown than even that. Absolutely, Miss Q. I believe they're looking away because they need the money that badly. Somebody's misappropriating funds. I absolutely do, we Scottish Ma. Oh, by the way, they were talking about some people interjecting themselves into the case when they made around the year mark. They had the press conference where Ronnie and Leslie and the other detective from TBI were all present and talking. And the statement was made about YouTubers and inserting themselves and making false statements and allegations and asking for money. You're welcome, Susan. I'm trying my best to be 100% real because there's so many of you guys that are good people that don't deserve to have to put up with this shit. Yes, Dolores, I've already watched that video like 3 times, and it probably takes me 3 times as long to watch it because I keep stopping and rewinding parts and re-listening. Yeah, Betty Joe, they are some crooks, yes. Yeah. Me, you are. Okay, hold on. Me, you, from what I understand, you are telling me the truth. It wasn't. Okay, so the truck driver that I talked to that drives for Big G that lives in Sevierville now, he's originally from Bulls Gap. He told me that ain't no church. That ain't no real church. And yeah, they didn't expect that. They thought it'd be swept under the rug, straight up. I know, Angela. I believe. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. There was a missing 2-year-old, and a 2-year-old found wandering alone in Kingsport today. They found out who he was, and there's an investigation into it. I really do believe it is a front, Lisa. Yes, that exact one. Okay, so we're currently Saturday, technically Sunday. I'll be on late tomorrow, early Monday. It does, don't it, Lisa? Sure enough, do, BB Diamond. Unless you're running by yourself. Yeah, Angela. What about the girl that's uncle took her out of school? Oh, and, Angela, honey, I've been telling that since September of last year. Donnie Lawson is who found Carly Tate on his property, a portion of it that's only accessible by a four-wheeler, on the day that he joined the search, the 9th day, when the national news media arrived. And what's really odd, and I keep saying this, and nobody seems to catch on. Yes, Carly Trent. That's what I said, I thought. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. But please, I begged, and nobody showed me. Please show me another case where somebody was picked up for those kind of charges. That man faced 25-year sentence. He pled no low contende, no contest. He didn't admit guilt. Oh, I thought I said Carly Trent. My bad. He didn't admit guilt, but he didn't fight and say he was innocent. He took a flat 25-year sentence. That's right, Lisa. That doctor also donated. This is why I kept asking who gave the $25 and $10,000 sums that had to be returned to Summer before the YouTubers did the money, okay? Why? Oh, yes, Patsy Big Time. The video I showed y'all, he's the man in orange that Ronnie Lawson is sitting beside of in court. He took on a no contest where you don't admit guilt and you don't fight for your innocence. He took a flat 25-year sentence. When you say a flat 25-year, that means there's no possibility of parole. You served 25 fucking years, not 24 years and 364 days, not 25 years and 366. No, ma'ams, you serve 25 years before you get out, period. You damn right, Betty Joe. Right, Lisa, I want to know, the doctor donated to Carly Trent, and I believe it was the sum of $10,000. I'll have to go back and check. But to her reward fund, that doctor donated $10,000. And if they didn't find her, the $10,000 came back to him. So there was a check before we had the marathon occur from Miss Q, and God knows I love her, and she is 1,000% real. And I got the receipts. I want to know. Oh God, I can't wait to be able to show y'all this. I need my computer. Thank you to my sunshine. I don't see her in here, so I'm not going to say her name. Then sent me your copies of the receipts that Q provided you. And along with that, the statements that were made at the 6-month mark. Because at the 6-month mark, they were saying what they're saying now, which there's 70,000. But the accounting that we have says there should be 73,000. So 6 months ago, there was missing money already. Okay? It is all a sham. A shame, you said. But it is a sham, too. Yeah. No, why did Ronnie sit by him, Katie, is the question. Because he was the fall guy. Ronnie wanted to make sure that he did what he said and kept his mouth shut. Has nobody else, by the way, how many, just like we haven't heard of Heidi Tate, who was Dawn's other sister. We also, full blood sister, that is. We also, haven't been told who Summer's doctor was. Yeah, Katie, I want to show you guys the receipts that were provided, because the accounting that we have And this is not from the marathon. This is not from the marathon. This is the accounting from Civis Bank. It shows the deposits that came in. And Q highlighted, the deposits that she made through the marathon. But it shows every single dime that was put into Summer's reward fund because of the amount that was donated. Q can ask for that documentation. It's just like asking for an accounting. Well, the accounting that Civis gave was $73,000 and some change. But with the dates that are on the paper and the date that's on the statement that I have that was made by the rescue squad at the 6-month mark, we visited her fund, they said $70,000 and some change. And I think it's like $3,120 some difference in the accounting and the statement that was made on their Facebook page. And I don't think it's Tim Coop. He seemed pissed the fuck off that he was being made to say what he said. Absolutely, Miss Q. Absolutely. And listen, I never did finish that statement. So Don left and went to Utah with the oldest son, saying that he wasn't coming back. So that made the people like, okay, Candace is going to be here. She's got 3 kids. She's got no job. Her mama's there to help her. She don't need no more. The problem is gone. He's left. He's many states away. We're not going to bring no more drama to them. Okay? I can't relinquish blame. Any adult that was around that child and in her life for 2 years before she went missing should have seen the decline in her health and the way that she acted. They all failed her. Angela, just don't worry about it. Streamlabs is on one and I can't control it right now. They all failed her. Yep, Katie, some did do a 5-finger discount, I'm pretty sure. Somebody did. Angela, don't worry, baby. Streamlabs be on that mess. We just ignore them. It's a bot. It's not a person. I blame all of the adults in her life that failed her. All of them that failed her. Thank you, Dolores. I agree. You see something, you say something. And Jody Sue has admitted she saw things. If it was a possibility or a probability, you saw something that made you think that and you didn't report it. And out of your mouth, it was days before the quote-unquote incident occurred. Who did you call? Who did you report it to? Okay, guys. Oh, I got to get a shower. I'm waiting in line. But, I'm going to have to figure out something to eat. Let me tell y'all, only being able to stop at truck stops is expensive. Like, the little pre-made sandwiches, like that we have at Walmart, the chicken salad on the croissant that at Walmart's like $3.86. $4.26 is the highest that I've seen it, and that was last week. Here at this truck stop, that something is just $6.86. I'm like, dadgum. So I figure I'm going to find something cheap to eat, because money is low. Oh, and just an update real quick. Let me end on a happy note, you guys, because I'm happy about this. So far, let me tell you the states that I've visited. Of course, North Carolina, because I live there. So we got North Carolina, we got South Carolina, we got Kentucky, we got Tennessee, we got Mississippi, and we got Ohio. And at last count, I have visited 19 different truck stops across those states, 11 rest areas, 9 fast food restaurants, and 14 independent convenience stores and smoked tobacco shops. Whether it be running across the highway, carrying flyers, getting crazy, getting cussed out by a couple people because I'm a random person approaching them, Or because, ma'am, why are you taping that to my icebox? Because it's a missing girl. And y'all's Amber Alert thing is not working proper. You know? Oh, Miss Karen, thank you so much. Thank you, Snoopy77, that said great live. And you guys, I'm trying. I've kept a good connection too this time. But I don't know how much phone data I got left, so you know. But anyway. Well, Miss Q, veggies are not cheap and not easy to come by. Well, thank you. I will. I will. I love all of you guys too. I know it may seem like not much. And one other thing, I didn't recognize the commenter, but I do want to address. She said that it was a great thing I was doing for summer, and she was very appreciative. So for that, I say thank you. And she said that wouldn't it be smarter and more economical for me to do the same thing for other current cases? Yes, it would. Before I left, for at least 3 days, I put out live streams begging people to send me flyers, even if it just meant sending me a screenshot or an email with it for other people. And I would put them up too, as well, all over the states. The main thing is we hit every major highway. I've been on 75, 74, 81, 85, 77, 40, 93, 19. I'm trying to think of all the numbers. I mean, I want chicken, I think. Thank you guys. I just, I feel like I talked to a couple of truck drivers that I've been able to talk to that were really nice and listened. I said, look, even if you guys don't see Little Summer and don't find her, hopefully the conversation that we're having, and you're posting this in your group and talking about it, and you're going to your company, and I watched him scan it into email in front of me and send it to his safety director. And that was Summer's flyer. My thing is, hopefully, we've raised awareness to what could be a great line of defense to help stop human and child trafficking. Think about this. Real talk. We got to teach our truck drivers, just like you teach them in school. We need to teach what to pay attention to and look for, and who to call and report it to. Use the resources that are there. Most of the men and women I talked to were actually kind of honored that we thought of them to come to and talk to, okay? But in the Tennessee area surrounding Hawkins County, Ronnie Lawson doesn't have a very good reputation at all. What's up, Alcie? I hope you're doing good. Has anybody heard from Zona? Blanca messaged me, so I know what's going on with her. Has anybody heard from Zona or True Crime with Dippy? I'm really worried about those two ladies. I haven't heard from them. And guys, also, I'm so, first of all, I'm honored that Mama T even thought to call me with the situation that she was in. And I'm happy that I was able to pay it forward and help out a sunshine in trouble. You know, and it wasn't about financial help. Literally, if I hadn't called the news media, called on the three-way with the Greyhound, and read the screenshots that I had of them saying their trip was canceled, but they put them on the damn bus and stranded them for hours, I don't think that they would have come and sent Ubers to take them to the Marriott and provide them some type of nutrition offering. Who have y'all not seen on any lives? Mama T, she's in here a lot. She's just not been able to. She was literally left outside in the street. Shit, right on, Angela. You good, wee Scottish Mo. I'm thick as a milkshake, too. Yep, Zona. I've been worried about her, Miss Karen. No, she has not gotten her luggage back at all, Lisa. That was what I was going to tell you guys. I haven't been able to talk to her. It's just through text. She's supposed to call me tomorrow. Betty Joe, can you email me real quick? And I got you. I will email you copies of both the color and the black and white flyers. So you have them already made up and you can just print them out. And I'm down for it. I wish I could have made it all the way up to New York, you guys, because my gut and my heart tells me that that whole New York deal is involved somehow. But I have been doing an investigation into the other Jose. I know people may not understand this. If you don't get me right now, please just rewind. Oh, thank you, Miss Q. Let me tell y'all, a lot of people don't realize. We sat for nearly 10 hours at that daggone Walmart distribution center. I was stuck in a box. I'm claustrophobic. Sure does, Lisa. It sure does. It does head up north, absolutely. Oh, Sassy, he's disgusting. Absolutely, Betty Joe, baby. Whenever you can. I wouldn't be able to do anything with it before tomorrow afternoon anyway. I'll have to be at home before I can upload it into an email for you. Sorry, y'all, I got emotional. It's the first time. Oh. I do have immediate goals, and I will tell y'all this. I have 3 goals. 2 short-term, 1 long-term. My immediate goals are to get this car paid off and fixed ASAP. So 1, I have reliable transportation to work and don't have to beg other people for a ride or walk. And 2, because I don't want to have to wait for somebody to make an offer to take me to do this or to do that. I want to be able to get in my car. I've got 5 days off, gas that sumbitch up, and to go pepper Tennessee from one side to the other and all the way up to New York and back down with Summers or whoever that we may be discussing and looking into to bring awareness. Whether it's putting up flyers about human trafficking and missing children and adults. And I will tell you this. Thank you, Pearl Harbor. I want to give just another little kernel of hope. So while I was at that pilot in North Memphis, talking to the manager and other people there. I wouldn't go alone, I promise, Sassy. Perfect, Betty Joe. That's freaking awesome. I love that. Thank you. You freaking rock. Betty Joe's a rock star. Betty Joe's a rock star. Rock star. No, what I wanted to say though is, you know how Walmart has the bulletin board with the missing kids. So I was talking at the pilot to the manager. They gave me information to corporate. I've already sent an email in along with one of Summer's flyers attached and a description of how familial trafficking along with possible human trafficking across the states is suspected in her case and many other missing children and adults in the U.S. With Pilot being one of the top 3 providers to truck drivers in this nation, because a lot of people don't know this. Apparently, the Flying J, and there's another store with a different name, are all subsidiaries of Pilot. Like they're all owned by the same parent company. Long story short, I'm proposing that somewhere inside the store, which will be where drivers and regular customers that come in that aren't truck drivers to pay, can put flyers. We can put flyers up of missing women and men and children and get those flyers posted in every truck stop to where we don't got to drive around and do it, which I will if you want me to and they want me to. Don't get it twisted. But to get a system in like Walmart has. And I'm like, it's a tax write-off for y'all to put it in. So I talked to them. They gave me contact information. I've already sent the email. I know that they're closed last week and this upcoming week, the corporate offices, by what management told me. But, guys, this is positive. This is good news. Not just for Summer, but for future missing men, women, and children that could be victims of trafficking or, you never know, a serial person, whatever. But to get that out there to where, because between Flying J and Pilot, that's at least 50% of truck stops that are frequented. Love's is the other one I'm working on getting the information for, and I'm going to propose the same thing to them. And their subsidiaries as well. It doesn't hurt. Because the worst thing they can do is say no, and I'm in the same position I was before I asked the question. I refuse to give up, I refuse to allow our children, our families to lose because of these creepy creepertons out here. And hell, we know where a good bit of them are. 2 places we can go and round up probably as many as are encompassed in the entire state in one town in each state. Go look at the statistics for RSOs in Ogden, Utah. That's right, y'all heard me correctly. Ogden, where Don's family is originally from before his dad moved to Roy. Then go look at the statistics for RSOs per capita in Hawkins County compared to the surrounding counties, because I've showed that to people before. Absolutely, Lisa. And I did have report covers. A lot of the newer cabs have a window in the sleeping area. It's kind of a bubble window, but it's perfect size for the flyers. They keep the curtains pulled like 99% of the time. They want it dark because they're trying to sleep and it might be daylight. A lot of people choose to drive at night just because it's easier to get in and out of the truck stops and not be blocked in. There's less traffic on the road, so you can make better time. All those are variable factors. There is, Angela, in Utah, period. But when you compare Ogden, Utah with the surrounding counties, it sticks out like Hawkins County's RSO population. What's going on in those two towns that RSOs, registered SOs, seem to flock to those areas? Why? Oh, no, we don't still have them on milk cartons, but we don't really have milk cartons anymore. I mean, if you think about it, even the ones that are shaped like cartons are still plastic. So, but that's an awesome idea, Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to say peace, love, and light, because they're on the shower number before mine. I'm 109, and they just did 108 over on the sign I'm watching, so I want to go wash my booty. Lisa, I agree. I do agree with that 1,000,000%. I think paid or participating. Oh, and Jody, Sue, if you was telling the truth, who's the customers? Can you tell us that? If your story was true, who's the customers? Who is the grown folks that the children need to be sedated for? Because at this point, it seems like it's your ex and Summer's father. So who else, Jody? Or is it not beneficial for you to tell because it's not going to hurt Andy? Don't stop talking now. Tell it. Tell it all. But when you tell it, can you tell it to the FBI? Oh, yeah. Another thing. ATF was present at the last search. The one, not the one by the PIs, but the last planned search by TBI in Hawkins County. There was at least one, if not two, ATF agents or somebody that works for TBI or Hawkins County was wearing an ATF agent's coat. ATF would be there if there was illegal drugs. If what Jody insinuated was possibly true, that would explain why ATF might be present. ATF stands for alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Also, if RICO and money laundering is involved, you'll see FBI and ATF. And as I remember, the lead detective did say that he had never worked a case with so many different agencies with the acronyms, the letters. That's what I thought, Cherokee. Yep, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Exactly like I said. Yep. I'm hoping to see some bracelets soon, Miss Katie. All right, guys. Peace, love, and light. And I will see y'all tomorrow, day and night. Hey, I'm gonna keep. I got at least 1.5 more days of plastering Summerwell's face out there and getting that attention. And I was, if y'all didn't see it, go check out the video upload that I posted where it shows the digital lottery machines where you buy the tickets out of the vending machine. They now have her Amber Alert showing on there. I was so excited. The guy inside the store was looking at me like I was crazy because I'm standing out they got like you walk through a set of doors and it's out there, and then you walk through another set of doors and you're in the store. I'm standing out there for like 7 minutes talking to my phone and I didn't care. He was looking at me as a little teenage boy. He was looking at me like I was crazy. But I was just so happy and excited that it was there because the reports I had been saying that they were having problems. Now all they got to do is get the missing person's picture to show up. And I understand they're working on that. Why? Because I called the State Lottery Commission and asked what was up. So, peace, love, and light, and I will see y'all later. It sure is, Lisa, way bigger than we ever thought, I have a feeling. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for being here.